Hi everyone, it's me, Julie O'Connell. I'm coming on here to do this live. I just wanted to wish you a happy Sunday. I enjoyed my day at the beach with my family. I haven't done that in a while. I wanted to include my mom because she's been feeling left out. So, it's the right thing to do. I'm still praying for Texas. They're finding more bodies. I'm also praying for the young man who lost his life in the surf in Rehoboth yesterday. They're still searching for his body. I just pray that they find him. Sometimes they get pulled out to sea, so. But I just wanted to come on here and talk to you because I found out some new things about the area that I used to live in. I used to live in Phoenix. And in Mesa, the town Mesa, which is the next town over from Phoenix, lies the Superstition Mountains. More than 200 people have gone missing from there. Back in the 1900s, they used to have like a mining town there, and now it's like a ghost town. They have found dismembered bodies up there. Very scary stuff. I always felt that the Superstition Mountains had a dark energy to them. And I believe in energies because I'm an empath. So when there's dark energy, I just try to ignore it. Because when you watch a horror movie, sometimes you might bring in that dark energy. I feel like there are things that are not normal. I know in the Navajo Nation, skinwalkers are real. I've been watching some of the productions in the Navajo Nation, and I also believe that skinwalkers are real on Skinwalker Ranch in Utah. That's part of the area between the Navajo and the Apache range. The Navajo Indians stated that in order for the elders to get to their 4 sacred mountains, they had to shapeshift. I do believe that shapeshifters are real too as well. Not that I've personally seen them, but I do know people that have seen cryptids. And cryptids are big dogman-like creatures with big red glowing eyes. The skinwalkers, they take on the form of the animal that they have sacrificed in order to switch over to be a skinwalker. The skinwalker process is very dark. I don't even want to get into it, but it's very dark how they transform their bodies. I've always felt like Camelback Mountain also had dark energy to it. And one reason why I say it has dark energy is because a lot of people that used to go horseback riding up on that mountain, they've stopped because several people have lost their lives up there horseback riding, including the horses. It has a dark energy to it. I could feel the energy when I was at the base of that mountain, because they did have a horse riding operation at the base of that mountain. The mountains in Arizona are very sacred because the Navajos, the Apache, the Hopi, and the Pueblo Indians all lived in Arizona. Sometimes I remember driving to California, and sometimes in the mountains, you could see lights flickering from caves up in the mountains. There are dark things in this world that we don't really understand. And I also believe Bigfoot is real. They have enough evidence because they have enough casts. They've done enough. And I also believe there's a lot of paranormal things at work too that prey on our fears. So when you are fearful, Try not to let any dark energies come into your space. That's what an empath does. Like, when there's a lot of suffering, it affects them really badly. Like this week with the Texas floods, it has affected me really badly. I speak my truth, and I know that these Navajo elders believe in all this stuff and believe in the dark energies and the good energies. And there's also really good energies. Every single person living on Earth has a guardian angel that protects them, that supports them, makes it so that it's easier for them in life. And some of them are even their family members. I don't support people who are not kind. And why do I not support people who are not kind? Because they are just falling in the hands of people who want to harm others. Like what happened with Michaela Raines, these people targeted her and harmed her. Knowing full well she had autism and she had these other mental disorders, and they targeted her relentlessly. Doing this type of behavior causes a cascade effect, and people don't understand the repercussions of their actions. Being kind and caring is one way to be. We can all learn to love one another. And if you're somebody's rival, just choose to love them even though you're their rival. Like, you don't have to be hateful. You don't have to be jealous. You don't have to be in competition with one another. Life is too short. I've always said there are dark entities out there that prey on your fears and your weaknesses. And you must protect your energy and your space. That's what I try to do. And because I value nature and I value like the power of nature and natural things, like I do love collecting shells. That's one thing that gives me joy. Today I didn't find too many at the beach, but I did find some beautiful like rocks. Yesterday when I went to the beach, I found some natural sea glass, which was nice. Some of the other glass wasn't quite sea glass, so that's going to go in the trash. I just didn't want any kids to step on it because Lewis Beach is a kid-friendly beach. It has light waves, whereas Rehoboth has a huge undertow that can rip you out right in an instant, and they also have huge rip currents happening. We've had a lot of storms here lately too. And like, I get it. Mother Nature is nothing to mess with. There are things that are out of our control. The flooding in Texas was out of their control. No one had time to escape. But what I'm trying to say is if you feel like somebody is zapping your energy, you might want to cut ties with that person because it's not worth your time to have your energy drained. And what do I mean about having your energy drained? Life is too short. I lived my life to the fullest ever since having that precancerous mole removed from my leg. And it would have turned into melanoma. I value that fact because my grandfather died from melanoma. He survived a brain cancer tumor and then had melanoma. People need to just learn to love one another and just be kind. Life is too short. And I support any nation that wants to be a sovereign nation. What the explorers did to the Native Americans is horrific. And I don't condone that. In Arizona, a lot of the spirits have said like the land is cursed, it's bloody, it's dark. There is dark energy in some of the places in the Red Rocks. We used to go to a place in Greer, which is on the Apache Nation. It's absolutely beautiful. They have cabins there. You can stay in the wintertime. We used to go and do skiing trips there. We also used to do inner tubing trips. It was absolutely fun. But I also felt there was dark energies in the woods. That's why I would never go into the woods at night. It's just something that you don't do. And on the Navajo Nation, they tell people to stay in their houses at night. Do not go out at night, and make sure you have all your car doors locked, because there are many women that have gone missing, not just from the Navajo Nation, but from other Native American places. It's the truth, and nobody's talking about it. So I'm going to start talking about everything that is my truth, everything that I see on the internet. I do believe there are stuff in this world that we cannot explain. And on some of the videos, there have been proven sightings of like UFOs. It's not a joke. I believe UFOs are real. How can you expect us to be the only intelligent species on this planet? I believe there's visitors coming from out of this world to visit us and to say, hello, we're here. Even people in Australia, the Native people in Australia have hieroglyphs on their caves about UFOs and about alien beings. So I believe in all this stuff, but I also believe in negative energies. And when somebody's zapping your energy, you need to protect your space. You need to protect how you feel. If somebody's targeting you and is harassing you, don't feed into it. Do not give the trolls any credence. Just ignore them. That's what I've been doing. And if I see any trolls on my channel, I do delete them. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Hit that like button, because it does send the videos out into the algorithm, and it makes it better for people who want to see my content. I appreciate anyone who is kind and caring, and just go out of your way to be kind and caring to anyone, because you never know what kind of day they're having, and you never know what they've been through. And I'm really fascinated about the Native American folklore and like their artistry, because I do have some Native American pottery in my collection. I do have some of that, and it's just beautiful. Their sand paintings are absolutely exquisite. And I do believe that what is true for them is true for them. But I also see things that are unexplained. People go missing all the time in the woods of America. So, and also the woods of Canada too. And they've also had sightings of the Dog Man. And I know people talk about it a lot on certain paranormal channels. I do like paranormal channels because there are spirits out there that are kind, that want to do talk, but there's also other things that could be invited in. The movie Conjuring, it freaked me out. I will never watch The Conjuring again. I will never watch the movie The Grudge again. It freaked me out. These things, they say in Japan, if you die a violent death, your spirit comes back and wants to seek revenge for the wrongdoing that has happened to you. I try to be kind and caring about and touchy with any of these type subjects. But I know it's true. I mean, there's one forest in Japan where there's hauntings because children have unalived themselves in those woods. And it's very sad. It's very sad. I mean, there's so many unalivings lately, even veterans. We have to become aware that things are happening. Veterans come back and they are not the same. veterans suffer from PTSD, and sometimes that even makes them more paranoid, especially if they have gone through like an IED or other stuff and suffered a brain traumatic injury. I'm really fascinated still about the Native American stuff, and this is why I'm talking to you about it. I do believe the skinwalkers are real. I've seen some of the scary videos, and I've seen 2 of the Native American warriors that do hunt these things, and they are very real. I can say, I've seen some things that no child should have to see, because I lived in Phoenix, and women on a daily basis in Phoenix would go missing. Children would go missing. There's some parts of the desert where it's so secluded that if you are out in the wilderness, the nearest house might be a half a mile to a mile away, which is very scary. I can tell you, at night, it's dangerous. You can hear coyotes howling. When I was at my aunt's in Connecticut, you could hear coyotes howling. That means they were alerted to something that was not normal. You can pick up on little things and little subtleties. There's always dark entities and there's always dark energy. So that's why I try to suppress the dark energy within my life, because there are people, they call them emotional vampires because they suck your energy. And they do. I can tell you of a person who sucked my energy in high school. Her name was Tracy Smith. She was a bully. And she bullied me. And she bullied many others because they were friends with me. This is not okay. Bullying should not be allowed to go on any space, including YouTube, Facebook, X. You can hear the kids playing outside. I'm sorry if they're loud. I do try to be respectful of their space because they do have a good time out there. I was told to always come in at dark when it got dark and the lights came on. That's when I would come in. And especially in Phoenix, because you do have wildlife. You have a coyote. Now we have the red wolves that come over from Mexico. And they do have breeding groups. And in the White Mountains, there are wolves. There are wild packs of dogs. There are cougar mountain lions. I've seen some videos, some horrifying videos, including on Homestead Rescue, where this one couple lost all 3 of their dogs. And one of them was found to be, all that was left was the head and the spine. Everything else was taken. That was done by a mountain lion. The other 2 dogs ran off with a pack of coyotes. It happens all the time. These wild packs of dogs, they run off. They used to be with families. She noticed that her dogs had a taste for the blood of coyotes and would hunt them. That's very scary. Once a dog has a taste of blood, it's going to have a propensity to attack. This is why I try to devoid my energy, my negative energies. This is why I do meditation. I do other things to help ground me. I watch other videos. And if I do watch a dark video, I try to watch an uplifting video afterwards. Because you don't want to create a situation where you got dark energy coming in. And I truly believe that there are dark energies out there. And when you have emotional vampires, like bullies, that want to drain your energy, it's not good. This is why I've chosen to ignore it. I've chosen to stick with the kinder channels. I've chosen to be more respectful for the things that I have going on in my life. And I always look to the positive. I always look to the positives in life and just grow from there. That's all we have to do is grow from there. And people can be kind and caring and just do it in the right way and treat people with kindness. Life is too short. And I do believe that there are dark energies that we don't fully understand, that are out there. And I do appreciate the Native American way of life and their cultures and their beliefs. And their native tongue is actually really beautiful. And like listening to some of their songs, it's beautiful. It evokes emotion. And it evokes spirituality. I find spirituality in a sunset and a sunrise. Because they say when after the sun goes down, that's when spirits come alive. And it's the truth. That's why you hear birds chirping at night when they go to bed. They're letting the other ones know that they're going to bed, and so just be kind, caring, and loving, and support whatever channel you want to support. That's what I'm here for. I'm also here to have Scientology shut down, because Scientology is not a religion. Scientology is a harmful human trafficking cult. And I was so happy to hear the good news that 2 judges that used to support David Miscavige are no longer supporting David Miscavige in the Church of Scientology. That is a win in my book for hopefully the shutting down of Scientology. Because Scientology has harmed children. When you traffic a child from state to state, it goes against the Child Abuse Neglect Reporting Act. People are doing whatever they can to be kind. I've seen it today. You know, Jake went up to a family that was at the beach and asked him if he could use their mat so he could play on it with the little girls. And he played with the little 4-year-old girl. That's the kind nature of my nephew. That's, what we need to strive to do is start teaching our children right from wrong. Because there's a lot of parents that are not doing that. Kindness is key. Have a great night. Just support your family and your friends. Support whatever channels you want to watch. And I'm really glad I've stumbled upon Sean Glenn's channel, because I support his channel 100%. He's a Native American. He's speaking his truth about dark energies and other things on YouTube. And I suggest people should go like and subscribe to his channel. Please hit the like button if you like the content that I'm doing. It makes it go out to the algorithm. And please review the videos if you really do like them. Thank you and have a great day.